Here is a group that have this extraordinarily identifiable sound. You had this aggression, but this seductive warmth in their music. And it was unlike anything that was around at that time that I had ever heard.
What was really interesting about them was the way they balanced noise and prettiness, and pop and rock and male and female.
This was a sound which harkened back to punk rock, but yet felt absolutely kind of current.
It was really distinctive. But there's enough in there you can keep listening to them again and again, and you'll always find something new to feel.
They're also just perfect pop songs. That's kind of why they've had this lasting effect, and this is why they've ingrained themselves into the public's imagination so much. Sometimes a rock and roll band just absolutely captures the mood and the zeitgeist, and I think the Pixies did that.
But they're not dated by that, and that's a rare element to have in a band. It's a band that could come out now and it would have as much relevance, I think, as they had then, even though there's been all these groups influenced by them since.
They laid the template for both 90s alternative rock and 90s alternative pop, really. They said that you could make the kind of songs that showed that you were smart, but also showed that you were unafraid to be physical. If you liked anything in the 1990s, anything that was alternative, was underground, was different, you owe a debt to the Pixies.
The strength of the live shows is the fact that they wrote incredibly catchy, incredibly punchy rock pop songs in a way that wasn't overly produced. So it naturally kind of lends itself to a live sound.
There's nothing like seeing a band playing those songs from that absolutely pivotal period. To be in a room hearing it sung live is pretty special.
I'm looking for noise. I'm hoping that we get a really abrasive attack that's going to remind us that it's not just about standing on stage and putting out a sound, it's about creating an environment with that sound.
When you combine the magic of Sydney Opera House with a really important artist in any form, something magical happens.
If you're going to have a marker in the way that The Cure were a few years ago in Vivid, the Pixies are a perfect example. Everything they did is part of what we're hearing now.
They're a group that every time they play you don't know whether it's going to be the last time they will ever perform. To see them in an iconic venue like the Opera House is an amazing thing, really. I can't imagine what Frank Black's going to think of it, but I would only sense that he'll have a ball.